Violence is an innate part of life. Living beings have an evolutionary need to gain or retain possessions of that which is of value to them, usually involving food, mates, or territory. This can be seen in plants, animals, and of course, man. From the kids in the schoolyard fighting over Beyblades to the atrocities of the world wars, humans cannot separate themselves from violence. The earliest evidence of human versus human conflict is dated to around 10,000 years ago in Nataruk, East Africa, and is thought to have resulted from an attempt to seize resources. This was a brutal killing of not only men,
but the women and the children too.
Humans have been questioning the difference between man and animal since the dawn of philosophy, with one point being that brutality is the main separating point, that human empathy and thoughtfulness makes us superior to mere animals. But if violence is an innate part of being alive, how can man still hold his superiority? In Western society, this is found through the art of dueling. Starting in the medieval ages, the concept of a judicial duel was created to settle various disputes in a more respectable fashion. Rules and a code of honor set the participants of a duel apart from savage animals. While man may have found a way to separate brutality from themselves, pettiness will always have a place in their hearts. For instance, one night in a Paris bar in 1843, two Frenchmen named Melfant and Lenfant began arguing over a game of pool. Instead of the usual bar fight that people of a less civilized manner may start, these gentlemen decided to settle a disagreement with a duel with billiard balls. After drawing straws to see who would throw first, they stood 12 paces apart and Melfant ready to throw. After exclaiming, "I am going to kill you at the first throw," he did exactly that, striking Lenfant in the forehead, killing him instantly. Melfant was unfortunately later arrested and convicted of manslaughter. Of course, women are not devoid of pettiness either, and in 1892, a princess and a countess reportedly fought a topless duel with swords. While there are no primary sources of the duel, and the Austrian princess claimed it never happened, it's still a story worth telling. After a dispute over the floral arrangement at the Vienna Musical and Theatre Exposition, Princess Pauline von Metternich and Countess Anastasia Kilmansegg went in search of swords and a doctor. The doctor explained that many deaths that come from duels are due to septic injuries when strips of clothing get forced into a wound by a sharp sword, and as such, the women stripped topless. In the ensuing duel, both were injured, and after the princess reportedly suffered a cut to her nose, the two stopped the duel and became friends once more. Perhaps one of the most outlandish duels took place in 1808 over the dancer Mademoiselle Trevit. Monsieur de Grandpré was supposedly in a relationship with Trevit, however she had also been dating the man Monsieur de Pic, and a challenge ensued. Both being men of elevated minds, they agreed to fight in balloons, specifically each riding their own gas balloon. They both found co-pilots so that they could shoot unbothered while trying to fly their balloons, and rose 2,700 feet above the ground. Once there, they took turns shooting at each other's balloons with blunderbusses, trying to pop them. Le Pic missed his first shot, and Grandpré retaliated instantly, penetrating his opponent's balloon, where it then rapidly descended to a Parisian's rooftop, ending in the death of both Le Pic and the co-pilot. It is unknown if Grandpré and Trevit continued to stay together, but we can only hope that such acts of love pay off. One must wonder, after learning about these fantastic duels, why haven't we continued the tradition? I severely doubt we have evolved as a species. Our forms of duels have merely shifted into what some would call more barbaric forms. Historically, it was around World War I that dueling fell out of fashion and was made illegal in most countries. But is it time to bring it back?